All right, so let's talk about inspections. Your general home inspection might cost about $300 to $400. Depending on what else you want to have inspected, you may actually want to budget for a few extra $100. So it could cost you upwards of $600, depending on the types of things that you want to have inspected when you're buying a home. So the point of having an inspection done is to make you feel comfortable about making your home purchase. When you have a professional home inspection that can give you a more complete picture of the property that you're looking to buy, it can give you greater peace of mind and ultimately kind of be a roadmap for the improvements that you may need to make. Either the seller will make them prior to closing or the things you may want to have done after closing. A professional inspection report puts you in a stronger position to negotiate for the things that you want to have taken care of, especially if underlying or latent conditions are discovered during the inspection. You're really going to be in a position where you can say, okay, let's renegotiate the terms of this deal, or I need you to fix X, Y, and Z for me, right? You wouldn't buy obviously you wouldn't buy a car without having a mechanic probably take a look at things. Certainly wouldn't recommend that you spend hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars on buying a home without having it inspected. All right, so we can recommend to you our preferred inspectors, and that comes from, if we're referring them, it's because we've had a long history of good results with them, right? We are familiar with how they do their work, how thorough they are. We know what they charge, those types of things. We know what their personality is. Are they an alarmist, or are they somebody who's very sensible that's going to give you a really great understanding of the home that you're looking to buy? But just like a lot of professions, they do have certain qualifications and they have certain certifications, right? So you might be looking for somebody who's RREI or ASHI, ASHI certified, okay? There is no home inspector that's ever going to catch every single problem, and nor is there any home that doesn't have at least minor problems. But a good inspector should catch all of those things for you, especially the major issues. There are many types of inspections that you could do for your home. Depending on the situation, you may want to consider some or all of these. So obviously the first one is a general home inspection. Again, that's just a kind of a look, let's look at everything. That inspector is going to be a specialist, probably at none of those things, but they're going to know when to call in a specialist, as I mentioned. Now we can have a radon inspection, right? They actually run a test to see what kind of radon levels are present in your home. You can do a mold inspection, although quite honestly in Colorado, if you see mold, you have it. If you don't see it, we have to have evidence. We wouldn't want to look for evidence that there might be mold, okay? But we can certainly test if it's in the air. A sewer scope, this is a big one. It's where they run a camera down the line from the home to the sewer tap or even into the septic tank, right? We want to see that line is intact, that there's not any low spots, that there's, that it's flowing well. Pretty basic, but that is really critical. Sometimes a sewer issue can cost tens of thousands of dollars to repair. We want to know ahead of time. If there's a well, we want to get a well test, right? And of course, there's other types of tests that you can do, structural, roofing inspections, but ultimately a good general home inspector will be able to identify those things and then recommend further inspection types.